Okay, I'm gonna make a quick video here explaining or trying to explain how beaches on the air works. Beaches on the air, the most of the responsibility when it comes to points, it comes from the hunter. When the activator is calling CQ, the activator is gonna give you a code that is provided by the page when you create the activation. If you as a hunter are not registered in the system, you won't be able to come into the page and put the code so you and the activator get the point for the activation. So it's very important to get points here. It's not like parks on the air where the activator, the hunter doesn't have to do anything. In this system, the hunter is the one that has to go into the page and put the code, and both activator and hunter will get the points. And so if you have never if you don't have an account, you come here and of course create your account. If you want to start hunting beaches, it might take a few days for the account to be created. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about if you are an activator and you want to create an activation. You will come to announce activation, generate code right here. And here you can either look for a beach. I'm gonna look for a beach that I do often. So here's one that I do often. You will come here, Playa La Selva, and this is a number. As an activator, you have to be very clear that this number here has nothing to do with the code that you're going to give to your hunters. This is just the number that the system gives to this particular beach. This is if the beach is already on the system, just to be clear. If the beach is already on the system, and I think that's a good way to start, so you get to know the system, you just go for a beach that is already on the system. You pick the beach. Here's the beach. You will choose the time here where you want to do the activation, and you put your call sign here. And are you QRP or whatever? And that's pretty much it. All of this stuff, this is something that confuses a lot of people, because you see all this empty space here and you're wondering, okay, should I fill something more? All this stuff here on the right only comes into play if this beach was not already on the system. If you're planning to do an activation on a beach that is new, because you can activate any beach in the world pretty much, you can just go and create an activation. But for that, you have to put a name to the beach, put the latitude and longitude, put where it is, and all that stuff. And once you do the activation, if you do at least one contact with a hunter that is already on the system, like I was saying, and put the code, that would most likely make put the beach into the system, if everything goes with the system rules. All of this stuff here is stuff that you can come back into your activation once you have activated, and you can come back in here and put your queues account. You don't have to upload a log or anything like that, and you don't even have to do this. This is stuff that you can do if you want. You can, once you do the activation, you can put your queues account. You can put a photo if you want. You can put a link to a YouTube video if you do a YouTube video, and you can put your log here if you want to. This is stuff that is not required. And okay, so I'm not gonna create the activation because I'm not planning to do an activation today. Okay, I want to add something here. To have an activation on beaches on the air, you can't just get to the beach and start calling CQ. You have to go through this process and create the activation, because this is what's going to give you the code that I'm talking about. That code is going to be given to you once you create the activation. You're gonna receive an activation code, and that's the activation code that you're gonna give your hunters. So that's what you would do as an activator. If you're a hunter, once the person that is, if you're hunting and the activator gives you a code, you would come to add chaser report redeem code. With that, you would I'm gonna put a code here for an activation that I did yesterday. I'm not gonna log it, but just so you know how it would look. Let me look for it. Here it is. So I would put, I'm sorry, maybe I will not read. Maybe I'm not gonna get it because this was my own activation. Yeah, I would need to have. Okay, so anyway, if I get whatever code I get, I will put it in here, and a drop down would come showing you the activation that is linked to that code. You will select it. You will go. Did you make this QSO just now? Say yes or no. This information here is because once you put your frequency here, you put your frequency, you put your mode, and you say you save it. That would make that contact come right here. No, right here not. No, there's nothing here now because there's no one has spotted anything. So a new window here named Spot would come up, and you will see your contact, letting people know that you're there. So that's another thing about this one. There is no cluster for this page. There is no way for an activator to say, hey, listen, I'm here on the air, this is where I am. So about a year ago, there's a Discord created. The more people on the channel, the more accurate it'll be. If you go and you enter the Discord channel, it would act as a spotting page, because once, for example, every time I activate, I go to the spotting page in the channel and I put it there. Also, I mean, the easiest way would be to just add your known activators, just add them to something like ham alert. If you add Whiskey Papa for Tango Zulu to your ham alert, every time I'm on the air, you will know. So you can check and see if it's doing beaches on the air or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else comes to mind here. Like I said, the system is a little different, but in my opinion, from the perspective of an activator, is very freeing. The idea that I can just go activate any beach anywhere. I don't have to be dependent from specific parks, and I can just go anywhere I want. And living on an island, there's beaches everywhere, so I could just go to any beach that I want and sit there and activate. So from the perspective of the activator, it's very fun. But since there is, and in my case that I do CW, there's not many CW hunters out there. So I encourage CW hunter out there that wants to start chasing beaches around the world. Just go ahead, do it. It's just create your account and start hunting beaches around the world. There's people everywhere, and I really appreciate it. I would love to be able to be on just activating beaches around and have CW pileups from beaches on the air hunters. And right now, what I'm doing, because the way that it is right now, if I go to a beach that is not a park, I mean, I might get one or two hunters that are on the system, and get 1 or 2 points. But I mean, to be honest, it gets boring at some point. So what I'm doing is I'm doing beaches that are also parks on the air, which, kind of defeats the point. I want to be able to activate any beach. So I'll really appreciate if a lot of activators and hunters started to put their attention into beaches on the air. It's a fun activity, and I'm sure you have a lot of fun. Hope to catch you on the air. 7-3.